Thank you so much, Excellency. My question is related to the statement issued by your office yesterday. When Pakistan itself opts as one of the options to have a user force in protection of its national interests and maritime assets. At the same time, how this is a thin line for Pakistan. On one hand, you are the mediator, and on the other hand, threatening you the force, in protection of your own assets. Whether Saudi Arabia will also join Pakistan when Pakistan takes this option of using force for protection of its own vital national interests. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, let me answer this. I don't think that there is a thin line when it comes to defending our national security and our assets. This is not a thin line, but this is a red line. And this red line is in strictly in our own national security context. And this is what our statement yesterday referred, that any attack against Pakistani flagged vessels or against our commercial vessels will be treated as an attack against Pakistan and will be swiftly retaliated. And we will do so in our exercise of self-defense. As regards the dimension of Saudi Arabia that you raised, we remain committed to implementing all our bilateral agreements with Saudi Arabia, all bilateral defense agreements, including our agreements on mutual defense with Saudi Arabia. And I think I also responded to this question last week as well. Thank you. Ji, sir.
सर फॉलो अप क्वेश्चन ये है, सऊदीज़ और हौतीज़ के दरमियान जो टेंशन है इस वक्त, उसमें जो सऊदीज़ शिप्स हैं, क्या पाकिस्तान उनकी प्रोटेक्शन भी करेगा? और अगर कोई हौतीज़ हमला करते हैं सऊदी अरब के ऊपर, तो क्या ये पाकिस्तान और सऊदी अरब के दरमियान जो एग्रीमेंट है, डिफेंस एग्रीमेंट, क्या ये उसका हिस्सा है?
आप कुछ पूछिए।
Okay. So this is Wasim Wasi from Arab News. Follow up to that question and also your statement yesterday. If Pakistani, you said if Pakistani flagged ships will be attacked, it will be a red line for Pakistan. So will there be any military deployment, naval deployment in follow up to your statement in Red Sea and Bab al-Mandab to protect Pakistani vessels and to support Saudi Arabia in accordance with the strategic mutual defense agreement signed last year?
I think both questions are quite related, and I can answer this in one brief sentence, and that is that these are the operational details as regarding to deployment, what will constitute an attack, what will constitute our red line. There have been this area as the Red Sea and Bab al-Mandab is obviously is frequented heavily by commercial vessels. A significant amount of global trade passes through this stretch of 27 kilometers, I believe it is. What constitutes a threat or an attack is to be determined technically by our forces. We would remain alert on this area, and all our agreements with Saudi Arabia, or for that matter with any country, once they have been agreed through a due process, including ratification, remain in operation. So there is no question of any staging with respect to these agreements. We will obviously uphold our commitments under our bilateral agreements as well as under international law, and we expect the same from the international community and our partners by and large. We remain vigilant of the situation, but as I said, this determination of what constitutes a threat and what constitutes an active attack is a matter of operational detail. Yeah, and as regards the presence of Pakistani naval forces in the region, this is again a matter of operational detail to which I'm not privy of. You can ask this from the Ministry of Defense or the other concerned quarters.